It's been 5 days since I started using the Samsung Galaxy S20. Samsung Galaxy such a long name. Samsung Galaxy S21 FE Edition, and the name right here is a mouthful. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys my pros and cons, things I liked, things I didn't like, and figure out why this phone is such an interesting device in 2022, especially when you consider that its competition is $100 cheaper. Hey guys, my name is KJ, and if you love videos like this, you should please consider subscribing to the channel, as I'll be comparing the Pixel 6 or the Pixel 6 Pro to the S21 FE Edition next week. So hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop that video. I love and sort of don't love the body of the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE. It's plastic and has an aluminum frame all around it. It's comfortable, easy to hold, and quite frankly, you don't need a case on this because of the grip quality. Now, because of this plastic back, fingerprints and smudges are kind of hard to get on this phone at the moment, and also if you drop this, you might not be too scared because it's very hard to break a plastic back. And just like my matching shirt, it comes in 3 additional colors, that is the black, the white, and the purple. Now, as much as I love the plastic back and how it feels in my hand, after a while it just didn't feel premium. Now, if you're holding the iPhone 12, for example, or the Pixel 6 Pro or any other flagship device, you will know that you're holding a premium device. You know you're holding a $1,000, $1,000+ device. But with this, after a few days, the cheap plastic began to show itself, and it just felt really weird in my hand. So every time I picked up a Pixel or an iPhone 12, it just felt very different. Like, you have to feel both of them to know what I'm talking about. On the side of the phone holds the volume button and the power button, and this is most likely a nitpick for me because I'm probably the only one that feels this way, but I wish the power button was where the volume button was and vice versa. Now at the bottom you also have the speakers, which to be fair are really great. I didn't expect it to be this good, but it's loud, it's punchy, and you can hear your bass pretty well. Now right beside your speakers is the charger, which is a USB-C, and of course there is no charging brick in the box. It's 2022, why aren't charging bricks in the box? Now if you're spending $699 on any phone, if you're spending $699 on any phone, you should definitely be able to get the charger in the box, because again, it's not everybody that that is used to a USB-C charger. What about people that are going from older phones to this phone? Do they have the source for a charging brick? Doesn't make sense to me. Okay, breathe out. This is a Samsung display, so you already expect it to be the best in the business, and newsflash, it is. Now, it's a 6.4-inch dynamic AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate. Now, at the bottom, you have the optical fingerprint scanner, which is kind of meh, it's kind of average to be fair. And when you consider that the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro just got the January update, it's definitely faster than what it is on the S21 FE. Now, at the top, you have the 40-megapixel selfie camera. I will talk about that in a minute. So my version of the S21 is a Snapdragon 888, while global gets the Exynos 2100. I ran Geekbench twice and produced different scores of 856 on single cores and 2223 on multi-cores. And the second test produced 1094 on the single cores and 3129 on the multi-cores. And by now I'm pretty sure you already know that you take these scores with a pinch of salt. Now, the only time this phone has been hot or even remotely slow was when I was transferring all my files from my Pixel 6 Pro to the S21 FE. But since then, it's been pretty much smooth sailing, from watching videos to playing games and to doing mundane things like scrolling on Twitter and Instagram. But something I noticed about One UI is that if you download Gboard, which is my favorite keyboard, kind of rhymed. Anyway, Gboard is my favorite keyboard, but I noticed that it is not full screen on the S21 FE, and I'm not sure why that is, but when you compare it to the Pixel 6 Pro, it's full screen here, but it's not full screen here. It's pretty annoying, and it's something that I just noticed. Maybe it's a nitpick at this point. However, as much as the performance here is really good, I'm not really still a fan of One UI. One UI is not really my thing, and I'll tell you why. So apart from the icons not being the best to look at, I'm tired of the bloatware within the Samsung S21 FE and probably other Samsung devices. Now, there's 2 of every app within the phone. There's Google Chrome and there's the internet browser. There's the calendar and there's the Samsung calendar. There's Google Keep Notes and Samsung Notes, and it gets really annoying, and I'm trying to delete them, but I can't. I understand that it's Samsung's phone and their skin, but I just wonder why there can't be one unifying app for every Android phone that is out there. It's pretty annoying because it's taking up space. Anyway, but the only good thing about One UI that I can think of, which is not my best skin, I've made that clear many amounts of times. The best thing about One UI to me is the fact that I can color code my apps. It's the most trivial thing, but it's one of the best things within One UI. I can color code my apps. and I absolutely love it. Now, speaking of performance, the battery here is a 4,500 mAh and you can definitely kill this in a day. Now, I take this off the charger by 7:30 a.m. every single day, and by like 6, 7 is when I kill it. The only time that I've pushed it to 11 p.m. was when I didn't really use it because I was working and doing a lot of classes. But so far, it's a 1-day battery life. You can even push this to a day and a half depending on your usage. But if you're like me that has everything bright and you use everything without any remorse, you will kill this in a day. Trust me. Similar to the S21 in its design, it has a triple camera setup. A 12 megapixel wide angle lens, another 12 megapixel ultra wide lens, and an 8 megapixel telephoto lens. It also shoots video at 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second, as well as Full HD at 30 and 60, as well as 240 frames per second to get those slow motion shots. It takes good shots in good lighting conditions without any faults. If given the right circumstances or the right lighting circumstances, it is definitely better than some flagships. Now, in low light, it begins to struggle and produces a lot of noise. The night shots aren't bad, but they could be better. It isn't outperforming any phone like the Pixel or the iPhone, but it gets the job done regardless. Now, it's not a bad camera overall, it is a step up from the last Fan edition. So I've been thinking, why would Samsung bring out this phone right now in 2022 when you consider that the S22, the S22 Plus, and the S22 Ultra are coming out in about a few weeks? It doesn't make sense to me. Is it one of those things that they were forced to bring out this phone just to send it out to die? Because this phone is a solid phone. It's a solid display, it's a solid battery, solid software support, and of course, One UI is something everybody likes, but it just doesn't make sense to me. Especially also when you consider that this phone is in direct competition with the Pixel 6 and this is $100 cheaper. Again, it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, what do you guys think about the S21 and do you think Samsung sent it out to die? Comment below and let me know. And just a reminder, I'll be comparing the S21 FE to the Pixel 6. Yes, I know this is a Pro, but just let's assume or play that this is the Pixel 6. I'll be comparing these two phones next week, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop that video. Thank you guys for watching. My name is KJOS and I will catch you in the next one where I talk all things tech.